It will momentarily. Okay. All right. Hi. I see. Oh, hi, Doug. Hi, Amy. Hello. Hi, Mom. And hello, Eric. I'm so glad you all are here. Yay. So I've been decorating for Christmas. I'm not done, but I've got to start happening here. It's very, very Christmassy around this house. So hi, Steve. And hello, Julie. Good to see you. Yay. I hope everyone had a happy holiday weekend. Things have been a little nuts around here, but not in a bad way. A little crazy, but I'm glad you're all here. Hi, Jennifer. Good to see you. Okay. Waiting for Paul. We have some fun ideas for drinks this evening because it's not just the Christmas season. Well, it's Hanukkah now. We don't have any Hanukkah drink ideas, do we?
Do people drink on Hanukkah?
I don't know. Do people drink on Hanukkah? I really don't know.
Of course they do.
But I'm just thinking, oh, thanks, Jennifer. Jennifer says it's festive. I don't know. It's Hanukkah now. Christmas is coming. And Repeal Day is on Sunday.
We don't happen to have any minute shivers in the house. Sorry.
I know.
I know.
He's apologizing for not having any Manischewitz. I'm like, just get dressed. He has to get out of his work clothes so he can join us. Hi, Gettysburg, ma'am. Good to see you. Okay, good. We are live on YouTube, too. Hello. So, we're thinking of some Prohibition, post-Prohibition drinks in addition to Christmassy drinks. I think we're going to give our post-Prohibition drinks a Christmassy slant. It's kind of where we are this evening. But, okay. Well, who else is ready for a drink? How is everyone doing? What's going on? Oh, hi, Fabs. I'm doing well. How are you doing? And hello, Eric. I see you there on YouTube. Minoritini, Gettysburg ma'am. So now what would go in that? Huh. I think that's hilarious. I wonder what would go in that. Any of our Jewish people who are watching, let us know what would go in a Minoritini.
I don't think it's...
Oh. He wore candy canes too.
I found matching candy canes.
He went for the copycat look.
Coordinated.
All right.
Coordinated candy canes.
So I'm thinking, oh, Julie's ready for a drink. Oh, hi, Lisa and Errol. Good to see you. Julie, I'm ready for a drink too. And I have some good ideas. You can see just like the little silver tree poking out right over there. I haven't decorated that one yet. But we should turn the camera a little bit so you can see that tree. That one, you can't see that one at all, and I did decorate it.
Well, we could certainly figure that kind of thing out.
All right.
Yep.
Just a little bit. Don't get the ladder.
You want to go this way?
Yeah.
Like that, maybe?
I'm still not done, but.
Okay.
All right, turn it.
I turned it. More?
More. Oh, wait, hold on. A little bit more.
Waiting it?
A little bit more. Oh, uh-oh. Keep going.
Watch on your phone and you'll see it faster.
Okay, hold on.
Yep. Make sure the changes are good.
All right, a little bit more.
Hold on.
There we go.
Ah.
We got one silver tree done.
Yeah. Okay. Turning it back.
Yeah, turn it back.
Back to the main event over here.
The main event.
It's the main
Okay.
event.
All right. So, it's happening slowly.
Piece by
Holidays.
piece. Brick by brick.
Hi, Peter. Oh. Eric says I'm here on FaceTime with my girlfriend. I love it.
No.
Yeah, it would have to be kosher. Yes, you're right, Gettysburg ma'am.
I think all the liquor that we've got is in fact kosher.
Well, you would have to not have corn, I guess. Or is that just for Passover? I don't know. I know that they don't, for Passover, they have the Coke without high fructose corn syrup. Oh my gosh, Lisa says, I see where some upper states are getting snow. Oh my gosh, 69. Lucky you.
Woo.
We've had snow. Oh, just a little bit. Nothing too crazy. Is the kosher Coke just for Passover, or is that...
Yes. You don't get that around this time of year. Luckily, we stocked up.
Okay. But I mean, is Coke okay other times of the year? I really don't know. No bacon drinks, Amy says. We'll try to resist.
I've got a drink with some bacon-washed bourbon and a garnish of a crawdad. Yeah, this is a problem.
Spam-washed bourbon.
This is a problem.
We won't do that. But I have some good ideas, I think. We'll have to see. The first one, well, I don't know. I should wait till Paul comes back. You gonna join us?
Well, you know what you want to do first?
What?
I know what you want to do first.
What do I want to do first?
The San Rita.
No, I want to do the other one first.
Oh, okay. Well, then do the other one. That's fine.
I need a shaker. All right. I think you're down here. Pardon me. I found one. Okay. So, for my first drink, let me catch up here. Oh, 72 in Costa Mesa, Jennifer says. Yeah, no spam daiquiris. Ugh. Sounds terrible. Okay. So, I was thinking for my first drink, since we're going for classics, but with a holiday slant, I'm thinking of calling this one Mrs. Claus Goes to Manhattan. And for Mrs. Claus Goes to Manhattan, I'm going to start with rye.
It's a great place to start.
2 ounces of rye, to be precise. Two ounces of rye. And instead of sweet vermouth, I'm going to do, you guessed it, sour cherry cordial. 1/2 ounce of sour cherry cordial. This is for Mrs. Claus, remember. And then for my bitters, I'm going to use cocoa bitters from Angostura. 3
Hello,
dashes. Look who it is.
Well, look at that. Condescended to show up.
Condescended to show up this evening. 3 dashes of Angostura cocoa bitters. Hold on, let me just write this down.
Okay.
I can't type clearly.
Under pressure.
That!
I hate that. I really, really hate that. Do you want me to take over?
No.
I
I got it.
I'm
All
just
right,
saying that.
all right.
I'm glad to provide secretarial
Now
services
you can
when you're
Read comments.
busy.
Read comments.
When you're
Hi,
busy mixing.
Michael.
That's all I'm
Oh,
trying to say.
Lisa, thank you. Lisa says the back wall's looking
Hello.
festive. We gotta check
Woohoo.
YouTube too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Michael on satellite. Hello. So good to see you both.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Right.
We're looking pretty festive. We're looking pretty level too. It's very hard to get this to look level because this unit right here is not necessarily. I got it.
Oh,
There.
Fab says any drinks with peppermint. Yeah, that sounds good.
We have a couple of mint liqueurs.
Oh, Errol, I see you over there on YouTube.
that we might. figure
Hello,
out what to do
Knick-Knack.
with. Yeah. Has it been that bad? Well, it all depends now, doesn't it? Oh, you're about to find out. I think she has a couple rounds coming to her. Different things.
You want to go do something, go straight to your head to start with. Yes, I do.
Okay, very funny, Gettysburg. Now I'm thinking of that. There was that whole bit. It was on like TV Land or
She's
something.
no ho ho. That's funny.
TV Land, which with Snoop Dogg, and somebody
Aaron, hello.
kept asking him questions where the answer was ho. It was like it was.
That was a while ago now.
It was a long time ago by now. Pretty moronic, but pretty hilarious. Very stoner sort of way. Trader Sam's rims with crushed peppermint.
Oh,
Yeah.
we've done that, actually.
We actually bought
Yeah.
crushed peppermint for that purpose. I think we still have some. Kept it in a sealed container. It should be fine. It basically never goes bad. So You know, maybe after 40 years, the peppermint flavor is a bit shot, but
it hasn't been 40 years.
After 1 year, no, it's perfectly fine. So that's a good idea. And you can always just, if you have some candy canes, just put them in the mortar and pestle, beat them up, or blender is even better idea. You know, boom, done. A lot of fun, easy to run.
Right.
With that really
decorate my glass.
heavy, hard candy, like much bigger than sugar crystals, I would use like some sugar syrup to like moisten the glass rather than lemon. Usually I use lemon because we got like powdered sugar, real easy. But the big bits, you've got to get something gooey to make that stay properly.
We were gifted these little things that curl around your glass.
Those are really cool.
Isn't that cute?
Those are fun. Are those in our store?
No, I don't know where they sell them.
We're going to check those out. Yeah, fun thing. Fun stuff, folks. Exactly right. Hello, Marty. Happy.
Oh, hi, Marty.
To you, too. But definitely. December. Boy, we just burned through November, didn't we? And it feels like we just burned through October. Wow. Ah!
Satellite thinks it looks festive.
The time it flies.
It's getting there. We'll do a whole tour of the house when we're done, but
we'll get there.
I hope it happens this year.
Oh yeah. Well, you know,
right.
it doesn't seem like it, and I know you're in the midst of it saying, and this was her quote from earlier.
Oh wait. There's nowhere to put it over there.
Just hand it to me.
All right.
No, don't worry about it. Take your drink. Have enjoy some.
I will enjoy some. I'll enjoy all of it.
You missed my gag. Your quote from earlier was, but we're definitely getting there. And you're much further along than you even think. So much has happened even within the last 6 hours. This place is a festival of lights. We've got a lot going on. It's looking great. But finally you can relax. You know? Haven't had a drop all day. Oh, let's try that out.
Amy says, I made a serving plate out of those red and white peppermints. Really?
Oh, really?
How did you do that? Is it like a thing that you keep, or is it just like you use it and then toss it?
Definitely taste the rye in that. And that's actually a very nice
Peter's
sour.
Saying, well, since it's the holidays, how about some creme de menthe? Okay. I don't think we have that, but we do have some mint liqueur.
We do. We have the...
Oh, okay. Fab's got an idea.
Wondermint,
there.
perhaps.
Right.
I think we have Wondermint.
We do.
Yeah. So that's something we could definitely
do. Eric says, one year I was not in a Christmas mood. Someone gave me some candy canes. I pounded on them till they were crushed, opened them up, and pretended to do lines.
We're getting well outside of the bounds of what this show does. But you do you.
He also say, I'm not going to do it, but you do you.
I think your doctor would wonder how you got all that candy cane up your nose. But, you know, that's the fun part.
And hello, Aaron. I think I said it, but I think he got lost. Hello. Eggnog drinks. Yes, indeed, eggnog drinks. I love an eggnog drink. We have some eggnog. We have some, like, almond nog.
Yeah.
In the fridge.
Pre-mixed in the carton. It really is hard to beat when you're just like, I just want to crack open a dog and, you know, pour it on. It's real easy. And you can pour in a shot, boom, done to get the classic eggnog. If you want to make it yourself, there are 100 formulas out there. And some of them look like, I don't know what's going on. We've had some that involve like really high-proof liquor and it was really thick. And I'm like, who came up with this? But then the rest are more like a Baltimore eggnog, which I think typically involves brandy, very specifically and rye.
Eric,
like a couple of liquors.
Hilarious.
And a lot of them involve rum and rye, and like usually like a couple of liquors thrown in. It's sort of a throw everything you've got at it with a bunch of eggs and cream, and it's really heavy, and you're like, yeah, that's very satisfying.
Was it? Must have been 2 years ago that we made coquito.
Yes, I think it was. You made coquito.
I got to make coquito again. Yeah. That was good.
That, of course,
that was good.
Is your basic eggnog made out of cans. Because you're talking something from the tropics where you're concerned about the viability of your fresh milk products.
You know, my doctor would even be surprised.
Speculation, pure speculation. Sorry, sir. So.
Harold says, I forgot the eggnog, but remembered the bourbon.
You know,
well, that's the important part, really.
Well, you know the classic formula for a mint julep? We're well past Derby time, but you know the classic formula for that? Is, of course, that you go out in the early morning and you find the fresh sprigs of mint with tiny little bits of dew on the leaves, and you pick only the nicest bits, and you put them in a shaker, and you like, you know, fill that shake with ice, and you stir until it's delicately frosted, and you dust it with a tiny bit of sugar, and then you find like 4 ounces of your finest bourbon, and then you throw all that crap away and drink the bourbon.
I gotta say this, Amy.
That's again.
Amy's talking about the pan she made with the peppermints.
Mm-hmm.
Springform pan, served desserts on it, brought it to my cousin's, and she fed it to her horse.
I bet the horse was pretty happy with that.
Yeah, well.
I mean, don't horses like a sugar lump?
I don't know what horses eat, but.
There's the salt lick and the sugar lumps. I think horses like that kind of thing.
All right.
That's a great little treat for that hard-working fellow or gal. That's fantastic.
Fellow or gal.
Okay.
Were you drinking water?
I'm drinking water because we just had dinner and it was a little salty, so I'm like, I better hydrate, you know.
I, on the other hand,
don't want to be sitting there
went
going,
straight
wow,
for
thirst.
Mrs. Claus visits Manhattan.
She diluted all that saltiness with some booze, you know. Fine idea, huh? Well, I was thinking about revisiting some classics that we have pioneered over the years, and you might have seen these. It's peculiar how I actually call this one 4-2. Really?
Oh, Marty got the coquito. Yes, I remember that.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta make it again.
That's true. Yeah.
I gotta make it again. All right, I'm gonna do it again.
Let's get some bottles and make some coquito.
Yep.
Excellent sort of thing. If you actually have friends who have a Puerto Rican heritage, that's a very common thing, and I think other places in the Caribbean. Yeah. And it's all about making that eggy and milky thing without being like really paranoid about the freshness of your milk products, which is difficult in the tropics.
All right, I'm going to do it again.
It involves a lot of, it's like evaporated milk and sweetened condensed, so it ends up like exactly as heavy as you want it, and everything's all been pasteurized. Aces high.
Kind of like buying a gift so you can give the cat the box.
Cat's a lot more interested in the box than what the hell you give the cat, right? So let's see. This is something that is called the Santa Rita.
Wait, I thought I was doing that.
You want to do Santa Rita?
Well, no, I was doing a different margarita.
You're doing a different margarita.
All right,
I'll do the Santa Rita.
Fine. You do the Santa Rita.
A couple of Ritas. What the hell?
I thought it was the Santa Margarita, though.
I actually have this written on a Santa Rita. It is a Santa Margarita, after all.
All right.
Maybe it's a Mrs. Claus Rita.
No, I'm doing Mrs. Claus.
Oh, okay. So this is Santa's.
That came out wrong.
And you got Mrs. C.
That came out wrong.
And she's going to like rock it really hard because she's a hardworking gal. And we were just discussing this earlier, as a matter of fact.
Lisa's saying, I asked him to pick up bourbon and eggnog on his way home, and no eggnog. Still no eggnog. We've been drinking the bourbon without the eggnog. Where's the eggnog?
Where's the eggnog? Do you have eggs and do you have milk? Do you have heavy cream? It's like you can make the eggnog without a hell of a lot of work. I'm just saying, there's not too much to it. But if you don't have any of those, you're going to need to get the eggnog. You can get it pre-made with the booze in it in a bottle. Eggnog. There's like that Pennsylvania Dutch one, and there's oldie New England eggnog. You can get that in the liquor store. Oh, gosh. I'm really kind of fascinated. They've got this ancient-looking label on it. Not that it's an ancient bottle.
Can you get that all over the country, though?
I don't know. We can get the East Coast, probably. I'm gonna waver on that. You never know. Maybe as far as south as Maryland, and then past that it gets kind of shaky.
All right, I gotta look it up.
But like the entire East Coast is subject to chilly weather, so people have been drinking eggnog at the appropriate holidays.
All right, I'm looking up Pennsylvania Dutch eggnog to see if it is available throughout the country.
Let's see here. That's the bottle, all right. I think there's one that was like a pumpkin eggnog. Oh, I'm not so sure about that.
No.
But
nope.
I'm good with the rest of it. I'm going to grab this bottle here and start mixing.
I like that the searches are, does Walmart sell alcoholic eggnog? I imagine that depends on where you live.
Depends on where you live. A lot of eastern states, no. New York State, well.
See, it's only looking.
No, you
it's
really
only
couldn't do
looking
that.
at my location.
Pennsylvania itself should be possible. Ohio, yes, should be possible.
Okay, it looks like
Jersey,
you can get it all over the country.
Oh, good. So there we go.
There's penetration.
They've achieved market penetration. That just sounds all kinds of awesome.
Hi, Johnny.
So let's see.
Lisa says, shut up, Paul. You're not helping the situation.
So a quick question here is shakers. Where would I find them? We had to recap.
In honor of Rita Moreno. Or Rita Hayworth.
Well, take your Rita. Pick your Rita.
Pick your Rita.
Lots of Ritas you can pick from.
Rita Hayworth.
Where?
I think I moved them when I was setting up the bar.
Do you know when they moved to?
Let me see.
Okay.
Let's
figure out the shaker situations that we can do. Oh, good. They just moved a little farther back. I'm used to seeing a lineup of shakers down there.
Here.
Excellent, thank you.
I'm going to get this other one, too.
Good. We have the two actual strainers. Here you go. You got one, I got one. We can start this project, shall we?
Phew!
I tell you. Oh, I don't have any tools of the trade.
Phew!
How about 2 ounces of tequila? As good a place as any to start.
You insist.
Well, if you insist. She says.
You know about Santa Clara rum popo drink? No.
Rum popo. That's another one. I completely forget what's in rum popo.
Oh, Gettysburg Ham says I need a good eggnog recipe. Where do you get yours?
Well, the one I've used for ages comes from the McCall's Cookbook circa 1963. That's
the one that his mom got when she got married.
That is about as old school as you need to get. Well, we also have...
Satellite says that's a giant bottle of tequila.
That is the 175 for real. And that's good because you know what? 2 ounces, you're already getting down. You know, it goes so fast. You might as well have the big bottle.
This tequila's half empty.
The Esquire drink book has a whole lineup of eggnogs.
Oh, yeah.
Take a look at that.
Eric's talking about Rita Moreno. I was like, she'll always be, hey, you guys, to me.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Could you purloin for me the triple? The Giffard.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. Half ounce of the triple sec. We've got the Giffard, which is very good.
So wait, what did you do so far? 2 ounces of tequila? Okay, how much?
Half ounce on the triple.
Okay.
Half ounce cinnamon schnapps. I'm going to sub the cinnamon syrup because I already got it and it's right behind me and I'm not going to go find the damn schnapps.
I'll say cinnamon schnapps or syrup.
Take it back. The syrup will cut back on the liquor by, honestly, a moderate amount. Not significant.
I still feel like that's a lot of cinnamon for a drink.
I like a big hit of cinnamon in this. And the schnapps is exactly that cinnamon.
That's a lot of cinnamon.
We have drinks that have a whole ounce, but half an ounce. Half an ounce. Half an ounce of orange juice. Half an ounce of right here. I like these little bottles because we don't use that much. And this will not go bad. And that's a big, that's the ninja tip number 1 of the day. The other ninja tip is
I'm not sure how ninja that
the
is.
little cans of pineapple. Because,
well, same idea.
You know, if you're not serving a dozen people at a time, you're not going to go through that big can of pineapple. It's going to go bad on you.
Wait. Tab says it's made with only egg yolks and adds slivered almonds for a hint of nuttiness.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Okay.
It's like eggnog liqueur. That sounds great.
Eggnog.
Errol says, I always buy the biggest bottles, and most don't spoil, and usually cheaper per ounce. Exactly.
If you're talking bottles of liquor, they will never go bad.
Oh, Peter. Peter's asking, if you're not crazy about bourbon, what could you use for eggnog? You can use rum. You can use brandy.
Brandy
those would be my other choices.
Very commonly used in eggnog. Rum is a big third choice right there.
Yep.
What else might go into eggnog that's brown goods? Interestingly enough.
If you don't like... I mean, do you not like all whiskey, or is it just bourbon? Because you could definitely use rye.
Also rye. Yeah, sure.
I would not do scotch.
There's certainly... Yeah, that's too particular. There is
terrible.
blended whiskey, which really is probably just like blended bourbon. So that's probably out of the question. But I'm trying to think of what else would go in there. Very commonly what is used, of course, is bourbon, brandy, and rum in various combinations. Yep. Usually 2 of the above. So you could use like a nice... You
could do brandy and rum.
Nice hearty medium or dark rum.
Or just rum. Or just brandy.
Like either an amber or dark rum is a good way to go because it's adding a lot of flavor to something that's basically a very mild, creamy thing. So that's what we got going on here. The last thing I added was 1 ounce of lime juice.
Full ounce lime, huh?
Full ounce lime, oh yeah. To counteract all that sweetness.
I hear ya. Got it. It has been noted.
Noted, thank you. Noted. Shake with ice. I'll Ding. Ding. All right. That should be enough shaking with ice. Let that settle for a moment. Retrieve a 5-ounce cocktail glass.
Oh, see, I used a Christmassy one.
Oh, you did.
I went full holiday.
Maybe the next one I'll do that. I could use a little bit of wrap though, like one of these guys.
Oh wait, I gotta catch up. Devin says, isn't there a cocktail called a snowball that has eggnog liquor in it? I've heard of the snowball. Let's look this up.
Let's take a look there. Nigella Lawson, eh? That should be a pretty easy way to find that.
Oh, Johnny says, I think bumbu would be great in eggnog.
Oh, the rum. The rum in the figural bottle. Yeah, that's a pretty aromatic stuff, as I recall. Do we have more of these guys?
We do.
The other packs?
I'm just trying to catch up.
Yeah, I'll take one of those. An opposing color would be great.
I'm trying. They're caught up in each other.
I know it.
Here.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. All I need to do is kind of wrap that around and lodge it a bit to make sure it sticks.
Okay, wait, hold on. Gettysburg Ma'am says, my grandmother always made the Borden's Eagle brand eggnog.
She made the Borden's.
Oh my gosh. I love that.
I remember that distinctly. They came in cartons, and didn't one of them come in a can?
I remember my parents bought the canned eggnog.
Shelf stable forever. You know, it's kind of great.
Oh, Devin, that sounds amazing. Devin says I had Kahlua and eggnog, and that was really nice. That sounds great.
There's some Kahlua variations, too, like the salted caramel.
I think we might have to try it.
We're starting to get pretty on the sweet tooth side, but, you know, we're getting to the dessert cake side anyway.
I think we might have to try that.
Straight into a cocktail glass. Now, this is your classic Santarita. Would you like to?
Isn't Santa Rita like a religion?
Santeria.
Oh, Santeria. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah. And you know what? Right now, my throat's a little irritated, so I'm really glad for a real heavy hit of lime and some.
Peter, I think that could work. Peter's asking about an orange liqueur with eggnog. I think that could definitely work.
No reason that shouldn't.
Yeah. Something
really aromatic to punch it. Like
Devin, we're going to go grab a carton of eggnog right out of the fridge a little bit later.
You get your Marnier. I almost made we have an eggnog for one that I do, and I almost made that, and I was thinking about something with eggs, and I might still do those. And we'll see how it goes. But this is a classic that I came up with, so therefore it's a classic. Yeah, I'm calling it a classic. But
I came up with it, therefore it's
I did this. It is mine. But it's a really nice sour that you like, and it's got the cinnamon. You can taste all those things in there. So
it's good.
Definitely.
It is good.
Very Christmassy.
All right.
And hey, look at that! I had a whole sidecar to toss in there. It's like I restored the drink. A little full, a lot of sap.
Go you. You could go. Well, are you getting rid of stuff?
Yeah.
If you were, you could bring me eggnog.
I would be glad to.
And maybe a couple of eggnog mugs.
We could do that too.
Some nutmeg and the planer.
We can do all of those things.
I'm sending him on an errand.
On a mission.
But this might turn into a... Oh, yeah. Gettysburg Ma'am says almost like an orange creamsicle. Exactly. That could be really good. Man, I should try this. All right, he's going to go grab a carton of eggnog out of the fridge. And some eggnog mugs. And we'll have to try this stuff. I'm excited. I wanted to do eggnog over the weekend, and we just didn't get to it. So, maybe now. Let's see, we have rye back here. There's rum over there. Do we have brandy?
No.
We ran out of brandy. But maybe we could try the orange liqueur. Oh, and the Kahlua. I'm liking this. Oh, we have one Marty Moose mug. I want to buy another one. I know. We were just talking about that right before we went live. We need to get another Marty Moose mug so that we can both drink from Marty Moose mugs like Clark Griswold and Cousin Eddie. You don't ever find out Cousin Eddie's last name, do you?
I don't think you do. He's just Eddie.
It's just Cousin Eddie. Gotta look into this. I just had Christmas Vacation on again last night. Oh, hi, Ken. Ken needs nutmeg. Cousin Ken from Boston checking in. Aw. Hello.
Nutmeg.
All right.
Girl, don't make me beg. Almond breeze, almond eggnog. If you do
Did
not,
you just say almond nog nog?
it says almond nog nog. Oh, it says almond milk nog. Sorry.
Almond nog nog.
So if you do not or cannot do the dairy, and many can't, or maybe you're like, well, I'm a little sensitive to it and I'm trying to cut down. And, the thing about the dairy in this household is that it spoils faster than this stuff. And we just don't drink that much milk, so we kind of prefer this stuff. And it's got a really nice body and flavor. So
I prefer other things.
I prefer other things. I'm good with that. So that's the thing. It's great. And if you're like, well, I'm perfectly fine with dairy, give this a try. It's really good.
I think he's married. I think the family relationship is he's married to Ellen's cousin, Catherine.
That is the case.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, no, he's not on Clark's side.
Mm-hmm.
He's on Ellen's side, and I think he married into Ellen's side.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting from
Now, whole nutmeg will cost you a little, but on the other hand, they last bloody forever.
Yep.
Just get them. The fresh grated product is just awesome. You just got to do it.
Oh, Kitty's for me. I've already watched Christmas Vacation 4 times this season. I think I'm up to 2.
And this season,
I'm not done.
Kind of began like a couple days ago, so you're way ahead of the trend on that one.
I think I've watched Bad Moms Christmas like 3 or 4 times already.
Your mug for you.
All right.
Mug for me. Did I get 2 eggnogs? Yes. We have almost identical Tom and Jerry mugs, which is an awfully similar drink that's prepared in a fairly similar fashion.
Oh, there is bourbon back there.
There is bourbon back there. How about that? So I'm going to put this in my
Oh, Peter says on Thanksgiving, AMC had National Lampoon on. By Thanksgiving, it was complete.
Oh, there we go.
So Ellen's and Catherine's aunt is Edna.
Now, that's a little bit of inference that is probably correct.
Yeah.
In Edna. Yeah. She's
so
a connection.
Aunt Bethany in Christmas Vacation is on Clark's side.
Yes.
Because I think when he's watching the home movies in the attic, I think you see Aunt Bethany.
You see Lewis.
You definitely see Lewis.
So
and
I think
you
you're
see
supposed
Aunt
to be
Bethany
seeing Bethany, too.
Yeah.
And you see his mother, like, looking more 50s, of course. I think
Who
it was
put
like
the egg in
Christmas
nutmeg?
55. The egg and the egg. We're, of course, I cannot think of nutmeg without thinking of...
Kitty's Rookman says Eddie was probably a distant cousin anyway.
He's potentially beautiful.
Oh, we just watched, Eric, we watched Planes, Trains, and Automobiles
Okay,
a couple of weeks ago. I love that one.
That's a real classic of the genre, too.
Yep.
It's a classic travel picture.
Got to watch that one at Thanksgiving.
When they get pulled over by Michael McKean as a policeman, and he's like, you gentlemen think this car is road safe? And he's like, oh, no, it's perfectly fine. I've been doing it. Do you have any idea what speed you were going? Well, no, I melted the speedometer.
That's the thing.
It's like melted the speedometer. Yeah, there's a real problem there, gentlemen. So there we go.
So should we each do a different?
I think so. Different nog.
Different nog?
Getting 2 with the price of 1.
What would you like in your nog?
I'll think about that. You're going for the bourbon?
I could go for the bourbon. I could go, want me to grab the rum? Right over here?
Sure, grab the rum.
You want the dark?
I'll take the dark. That's
the dark or the dark?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you know what? I'll take that. The medium dark. The plantation. Yes.
Okay.
That's a good thing.
We already have orange over here. Do we need Kahlua?
As long as it's available, you might as well whip it on us, and away we go.
Is there Kahlua in here, actually?
Oh.
There's coffee.
I would not like to try to confirm that. How about going for coffee? Because if you see it and you can grab it, you're good. We have all sorts of fun liqueurs in there, with the biscotti liqueur, which is really nice. Really excellent almond flavor on that.
Here's an idea.
The hazelnut, which is, there's always, release the Kraken. The black roast, the Kraken with the coffee flavor. That's fun. That's really fun flavor. So, there we go. A couple of nogs on the way, I think. Rum is a totally reputable thing. I would normally reach for brandy and rum, or brandy and bourbon. And don't have the brandy. We'll get it. We'll get it. We'll be there.
All right.
That'll be good. So.
I'm kind of excited.
Mm-hmm.
Which one do you want to do? Oh, Kitty Graham says, I'm ready for 24 hours of Christmas Story. I love that when they do that. I'm the same way. Like, we have the DVD, but I kind of don't watch it because I know I'm going to watch it on Christmas.
You're going to see it repeatedly on Christmas Day, and you can tune in any random 15 minutes and see
Oh my gosh. Errol says, my sister and brother-in-law dressed up as Aunt Bethany and Uncle Lewis for a Christmas gathering one year. That is
Oh, no, that's
fabulous. That is fabulous.
That reminds me of the folks that we saw at
Hi, Philip. Good to see you. Yay.
folks we
I'm
saw
glad
at
you're
the
here.
Ohana event who came as the reputable ancient couple. I would say that was hilarious. They won a prize.
Oh, Amy says I get coconut and oat milk because it doesn't spoil so fast. Exactly.
Yeah, bingo.
Yeah, that's what we do too.
You know, and even if you're not intolerant to that, it's like the stuff lasts for a long time.
Okay.
So, and I know that I think that you first.
You're doing wrong.
I'm not going to try to describe all these things on the air, but I think that you have an issue with soy. So commonly available soy milk out of the question. And I think, too much. I like the coconut milk better than the soy milk anyway. The soy is very commonly found because soybeans are produced very cheaply in this country, but I'm not that crazy about it.
All right, so how much are you doing?
I would do an ounce in a mug that size.
No, I know, but I'm just saying how much are you doing because we'll each do the same amount.
Okay.
I know how to make eggnog.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that in that mug
Right.
I would use in 1 ounce.
Well, yeah.
So.
All right, so I did an ounce in my little eggnog
You made a
mug.
little eggnog mug.
Eric says, I should give you this photo. I took the leg lamp. Oh, okay. Yeah, you should give us that photo. It says, everyone thought Lisa and I should have come as Clark and Ellen. Yeah, well, that makes sense. Oh, Doug's asking what's printed on my dress. It's candy canes.
Candy canes. And on my dress, on my shirt, candy canes. So there we go.
I started with candy. I feel it. See, we started talking about crushed candy canes earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Now we
Interesting
moved
with
on
Pro.
to, I don't have an eggnog dress.
Yeah, not yet.
All right.
Shall we say not yet?
Okay.
But when you find that fabric, ping! And away
Okay,
you go.
so I did an ounce of bourbon. Oh, Fabs, this one, that was Wild Turkey that I had. Wild Turkey bourbon. He's got Plantation
Original dark
rum. Hi, Elizabeth.
Hello. This, I believe, is a blend of a couple of rums. One of them is aged quite a bit, and it has a lot of character.
Oh, yes, soy is evil.
Probably claiming like 3 years or something. It's not particularly ancient.
I avoid
But
soy,
it's got
too.
a really nice body to it. Great mixer. Very reasonable price in most places when you find it. I found that, we have found, and this is the thing.
Did you pour it out?
I haven't poured it yet. I happen to really like Myers product, and in New York State right now, it is such an outrageous price that I can't even understand.
Oh, for Myers.
For Myers. Because we go to New Hampshire, and it's like, oh, it's a rational price.
It's like literally half the price.
Half the price. That's not just the state store discount. It's not just a volume discount. It's like somebody is really taking us to the cleaners in New York State, and I don't get it. And it actually...
Oh, it's a new bottle. Look at that.
Nice and new. It dissuades me from using Myers product. I think it's quite good. There's also...
I don't know why it's so expensive.
I have no idea. There's also Karuba, which is excellent. Use that frequently. That's easier for us to get, ironically. That's not an easy product to find. So, I don't know. Craziness, folks. There's no reason. Fling! Away we go. Fling and Heimer. So 1 ounce of the good stuff.
Oh my gosh. Lisa's saying, speaking of Rita Moreno, got to see West Side Story's 60th anniversary on the big screen Sunday. Oh, wow. And here's Rita in the new version. Oh, yeah.
So you were seeing the 1961 picture, the Joseph Wiseman, was it? No, who was the director? I forget. And which is terrific. It was released at exactly the time that it should have been, and it's an excellent cast, great direction.
Babs is asking, do you use Hamilton's Beach Bum Berries? We don't have it, but yeah, no, it's good stuff, for sure.
We have tried some of their product.
Yep.
That was a couple of years ago at, I think it was New York Liquor Expo in Queens, which was,
oh my gosh.
Wow, was there a lot of product on display.
Amazing.
The Hamilton display had, I think, 10 different bottles, all pretty high proof, by the way. Tried a few. They were just really excellent. So I can definitely say worth investigating. Not easy for us to find right now.
Jerome Robbins, Robert Wise.
So, thank you, Robert Wise. I was thinking Joseph Wiseman, who actually played Dr. No. Different thing.
Oh, Doug says, I'm more fond of Karuba, but then there's Dr. Bird. Yeah.
Dr. Bird is an extremely different product. Very, very different style of product. Very aromatic. Fun mixer. Do good stuff with Dr. B. So
I guess you need more to make your eggnog.
I guess I need too. So did you put anything else in there?
So far all I've done is the bourbon.
Bourbon. Strictly bourbon. I have... Let me see here.
Did you already open this?
I have not cracked the nog. So feel free.
Crack the nog.
Crack the nog. Crack the kraken.
Speaking of cracking the nog,
Yeah.
I have the kraken back there that we can use for a round of nog too, and we can see how it is. The coffee roast kraken. I hate these pull tabs. Ah! I just shot eggnog on myself, which is why I hate these pull tabs.
This is why I hate the name pull tab.
Ugh. All right.
Yeah, well, you're right.
I did an ounce of bourbon. Fill with your eggnog in your tiny little eggnog mug. All right.
The eggnog mug.
The eggnog mug. All right. I need to stir this. I'm not finished setting up the swizzle sticks, as you can see. All right, here's some. All right. Use a big old Christmas tree swizzle. Thank you. Thank you. There was a little on my neck. Just saying. Thank you.
You've got to take care of these things before tragedy ensues.
You mind? All right. Now,
this, of course,
needs
has a little Christmas tree on it.
It needs some eggnog. It needs some eggnog. It needs some nutmeg, is what I'm trying to say.
It does have eggnog. That's true.
It has eggnog.
Careful with that. Yep.
I'm being careful.
Don't want to scrape your fingers. Those are very sharp.
I do not want to scrape my fingers. All right. So.
Find yourself a nice nut and maggot. Yep.
All right. That's good.
Sound quality good. Well, that, if you're talking about the 61.
Oh, Fabs is asking where we live. We live in Middletown, New York.
The OC. You know.
The other OC.
No, this
the
is
New York OC.
This is the OC. The other one is the other OC.
We live in the New York OC.
This was the OC before that was an OC. So there we go.
All right.
But Def. Yeah, if we're talking about the West Side Story 61, that would have been, that was shot in like Panavision or like Technorama, that one of those widescreen processes, probably 4-track stereo.
It's Cinerama.
No, Technorama. Technorama is a ripoff of
I've never
Cinerama.
heard of Technorama.
Cheap ripoff of Cinerama, one camera. So you want to talk film formats, we can go all night, but I'm not going to bore anybody here.
It's not.
Except to say, you can go widescreen with one camera, big sound, because it was like probably 4-track stereo.
Wow. Eric says it's hard to believe Rita Moreno had no dance experience prior to the film. Yes.
Really? No way, because she's kicking it in that. I mean, wow, like Mambo for real. Okay, so she's a fast learn. What can I say? That just indicates that she is a lot more talented than you even thought in the first place. Bang!
Oh, Katie Spirit Ma'am says, I think after your live we'll pop in White Christmas. We have that one too.
Oh,
yes.
gee.
Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of a classic. Speaking of widescreen stuff, the first picture made in VistaVision.
They're all about the VistaVision.
They're all about the VistaVision in that one. They make a huge deal about VistaVision. Vista was apparently big, not necessarily wide, and didn't have real stereo sound. Wah, 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 wah. But this is what they did at the time to make it big. Trying to impress everybody. So I've got, what else did you put in your dog?
Tex says, there's the William of OC, and then there's the Citrus OC.
This is correct. The William of O.
Yes.
And the Citrus
hard to
of O.
believe that Rita Moreno is going to be 90
Good grief.
soon. Exactly.
Still with us, still kicking.
Yep.
Power to you. Wow.
What a
fantastic individual.
What were you asking?
What else did you put in your nog?
I did an ounce of my base, filled eggnog, nutmeg.
So you're just doing real simple. Okay, I'll do exactly the same.
Yep.
Working the rum, which is a highly reputable thing to put with your eggnog.
It's a reputable thing to put with your eggnog.
Traditionally, a lot of eggnogs will call for bourbon and brandy and no rum.
I usually like to put something disreputable with my eggnog.
But the simple fact is that rum was readily available at the time, and I think it was cheaper to manufacture than the other liquor products. And people certainly as hell used it.
I love this commentary on YouTube. Oh, Peter says West Side Story soundtrack was my mom's favorite.
It's a great score. It's a really great score. My personal relation to this was I watched it a lot as a kid because it was on the screen the whole time.
It also says it was interesting to see how the sharks wore makeup and how it showed on screen. Okay. That sounds great.
When I was a kid, my grandparents'
I love
house,
that movie, so I would love to see the commentary.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, my grandparents' house still had a lot of my father's effects. I really never knew him personally.
Basically a flip.
Oh, yeah, kind of a flip. But I would see a lot of his materials, and one thing he saved was playbills. And he had the playbill for the original Broadway West Side Story. And he had the date on it. He saw it in the fall of 1957, so that was really fresh at the time. And he actually had his ticket stub, and it was just, wow, you saw that cast. Jerome Robbins, like choreography, like that direction, that score.
Oh, Fabs, we hope to meet
just
you too.
Intense. And of course, he had bought the album eventually, and I remember listening to it over the past year or so, and just being very, very involved. It's a very emotionally involving score, and it really kind of hits you. It's like, it's got extremely dramatic music.
Well,
and of course,
by the way, Stephen Sondheim.
Lyrics by Stephen Sondheim, who has just left us at the age of 90-something.
91.
So what can you say?
Yeah.
You know, that guard has reached the age, and they have done it. And what a great score and lyrics.
Well, that's so interesting. Elizabeth's saying they made all the Puerto Rican characters wear makeup regardless of skin color. Rita was like, I'm Puerto Rican. Exactly.
Hello. But actually,
that's so interesting.
I have Puerto Rican heritage.
Yeah.
Grate some nutmeg over this thing. All I've got in here is an ounce of the Plantation Dark.
They had one tone of makeup. Yeah, you know what? And there was that movie recently. Yeah, no, it's sadly I don't think enough has changed. But
there are some
people keep calling them out. So
there are some stereotypes on that, and you know what? Keep calling them.
Eggnog is a cold flip.
You know, flip.
Love this discussion. It's hilarious.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Oh,
very simple. You can make a drink.
Okay, so you did the same thing, but with
same exact thing with the Plantation dark rum. This is not as like dark and heavy as the Myers or the Karuba, but it's pretty dark.
Gettysburg Ma'am is saying, do you all still do or plan on doing any bar snacks this season?
Yeah.
We shot a Glendora video, so I'm probably not going to do one this week, but yes, I want to do some recipe videos this season. And I have a really, really good idea, which I'm not going to share yet, but it will blow your minds when I do.
It's going to blow your mind.
It will blow your minds for a Christmas dish. I think I will hope to do it next week.
So the thing about...
Oh, Eric, I think you're right. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
still on Rita Moreno. Yep.
This is the thing, which was a real Hollywood stereotype.
It is coquito
even
season.
Into that picture.
Doug, we need to make coquito again.
Yeah,
we did it a couple of years ago. It was super popular.
Another thing about West Side Story, this is the first cast album that Columbia Records released in stereo. They made a really big deal about it at the time in the fall of 1957.
Oh.
And the only way you could get it in 1957 was on tape, and it would cost you $12.95. Do the math on that. Do the consumer price index calculator on how much the hell that is today. And then you had to go and drop about $400 on a machine to play it. Wow. Okay. Big deal. Very big deal. But it's a great score. And it's a pretty long album, too. You get a lot of value out of that one. So that's the kicker. Saw the film a lot as a kid. It's well done. A lot of like split screen going on. Great
I think I've seen it, honestly.
Oh, I'm just like noting some features that you might not think about, but there was a lot of great, I keep saying on set. It's not on set. great location photography. The opening sequences where they're like with the overhead shot, that was shot where with a lot of tenements that were demolished to make way for Lincoln Center. So that's the funny part.
Oh, Elizabeth's saying bar snacks. I had a Tiki bar nuts recipe I lost. I need to look for. Okay, so I made a snack mix for Thanksgiving. It was super good and so easy. It was all you do. I did. Basically, you shake onto a baking sheet cheese croutons, Chinese noodles, and what was the other thing I did? Oh, French fried onions.
The French fried onions.
Yeah, French fried onions, Chinese noodles, and cheese croutons. And then you do them at like 200 degrees for about 15 minutes. It's really good.
You know,
and I found that in one of my vintage Hawaiian cookbooks. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it has nothing to do with Hawaii, but
it has
but it was from Hawaiian cookbooks.
Well, it's got those Chinese noodles and like a lot of Hawaiian Islanders and natives that have Asian heritage.
But
that's hardly an indicator of anything.
Gettysburg Ma'am saying, is it smaller than a bread box, your Christmas dish? I don't know yet.
I'm not sure about that.
I don't know. It might be the same size as a bread box.
And here's the kicker. You make those green beans for Thanksgiving.
Hi, Devin.
You make those green beans for Thanksgiving. You have all those onions left over. What do you do with them?
Good to see you, Devin.
You do this next mix. There we go. Hey! Good to see.
According to my mother, Moreno, okay, this is Eric. Moreno won something for Best Supporting Actress, and the only thing I support is my beads. So like when Glendora had to go over to the wrong side of the tracks for wine.
Somebody remembers that.
Oh, I was thinking that the other day.
Those tracks are right around the corner, by the way. I tell you.
I was going through a pocket. Glendora had her own mask. And I was going through my stuff, I don't know, a few months ago. Like, what happened to that mask that we bought for Glendora?
Winter jacket.
And I couldn't find Glendora's mask anywhere. I was like, oh, well, I just thought it was lost. And then I pulled out a coat, and there was Glendora's mask.
And what do you know?
Okay. All right.
Fun stuff coming through.
Yeah, it was, Elizabeth, it was really good and so stupid. Like, cheese croutons, Chinese noodles, French fried onions. 200 degrees, 15 minutes.
Open up. You're looking at it.
Yeah, there's still, and it made a ton.
There was a huge amount of it. I mean, we had
a ton.
We had 3 other people in here over Thanksgiving. A lot of this was consumed.
Yeah.
I had the remainder. It's still something to nosh on when you get a little nibbly after a few drinks. So, I say cooker. Oh, George Shakiris and roast animal.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
No, I was looking at Gettysburg Ma'am says the only recurring snack we have at Christmas is the old-fashioned hard candy we get every year. Same as my grandmother had. That's so funny you would say that because we have a box of that stuff. And I thought, if we put it out, well, is
it still good?
It's not new. So we have to open it because we never open it.
As long as it has not been breached and the seal was good.
I know. We'll find out.
The stuff essentially lasts for decades. You're good for at least 20 years until the flavor goes completely off. That ribbon candy.
Have you timed it?
We have that ribbon candy.
That's what
Actually,
that's what
which
I'm
is fun
about.
stuff. I remember that as a kid.
Ribbon candy.
As a kid, I would eat all of this stuff. That's why I have a lot of metal in my mouth. But I also remember a lot of those, like those hard sour balls were kind of fun. And then there was like spice drops. You know, the spice was probably clove.
Errol says I usually find stuff I lost when I'm looking for something else.
Bingo.
Oh, Elizabeth, yeah, it is awesome that they're still around.
It's fantastic. I wish all of these people as long as they can. I know we all have to go
60-year-old ribbon candy.
But Jeebus.
It's not 60 years old.
No.
Probably.
Yeah, what we have is probably more like 3. That's not a big deal.
Like,
not too concerned.
I'm gonna crack that out and see how it is.
If you open it up and it's been exposed, it's going to start absorbing moisture. You got a problem.
Yeah.
Sticky, sticky, sticky. You have to consume these within a certain period of time. Mm-hmm. I don't eat a lot of candy that's just like spun sugar. So, you know, kind of got to watch that kind of stuff.
Oh, satellite. Thank you. Someone says I'll send you a recipe for spiced almonds.
Spiced almonds.
Yes. Please do. I would love that.
You do the spiced olives, which is some kind of
Olives
awesome.
and almonds are different.
What I'm saying is, you do this other thing that is spiced something. What it is spiced olives, and that is some kind of awesome. I love that. It's fantastic. These spiced almonds also sound really good, but...
Oh, Doug, that's so funny that you would say that. Doug says, it reminds me I need to track down some holiday tamales.
Oh.
I remember being in Colorado with a relative who was trying to track down tamales for Christmas. It was interesting. Yeah.
I think
And just interesting you said that.
I think I was telling my neighbor.
FedEx tamales. Yep.
Oh, you can FedEx these things.
Can you include the recipe on tomorrow's drink? Yeah, Lisa, if I get it by tomorrow, I will totally send it. And if I don't, I'll send it next week.
There you go.
Yes.
Oh.
Yep.
So you can FedEx the tamales. Yep. Oh, baby. Woo.
Oh, can we get in on that, Phil? Can we get in on the tamales?
I'd be very interested in such things.
I know.
I have a tamale story, which is very good.
I get money for tamales if we could get in on that.
And Amy.
Curried pecans. Oh, that sounds great.
You know, we had a friend who would regularly bring over curried cashews, which were awesome. So I'm suspecting that curried pecans are really rocking it. That's a really fantastic thing to think about.
He says, I hate when you keep looking for this something in the same place over and over again because you didn't believe it the first 30 times. Right.
We understand that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result.
Peter's asking, any holiday goodies with mozzarella? I think we could make that happen.
Oh, yeah. There are some fantastic holiday goodies.
Yep.
I suspect we could take a look into the Sicilian cookbook and find some killer things to do with a little mozzarella. That kind of thing, you know? Fantastic. So, Phil says order now. Still enjoying a little eggnog with the dark rum.
Delicious.
Who
was that again?
I completely forget. That was on a sampler that we got from Atomic Magazine. Wow, it's going to take you back 20 years. Well, I'm dating something, not necessarily me, but also me. I got to tell you. Atomic was a fun magazine. And of course, it was like pretty immediately superseded by the internet and various things. So they stopped producing. But that aesthetic definitely lives on. And they did a Christmas collection, which we managed to get a copy of, which is a lot of fun. Has some contemporary artists, some older artists. Really pretty killer. Big.
All right, I'm trying to figure it out.
Eggnog song. Oh, this is going to be hard.
Casey McGill. That was it, right?
Oh, that does sound good.
Yeah, I think it's Casey McGill.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Atomic Magazine Retro Swing Compilation. There we go. Slaming.
Casey McGill.
Slaming. Yep. I'm glad that these things are available because I can't pull that kind of information out of the crowd.
Hello, Jack. Good to see you.
But, hey. Hello, Jack. I'm still enjoying Jack Eggnog with the dark rum.
To which I would say, and what do you call practicing?
Yeah. Clinky drinky. A little nog is also good when you're having a few drinks because the heaviness of the dairy products tends to slow down the effects of the alcohol.
Is it really dairy if it's almond?
No, but it is actually like the heavy fats in the nuts will have the same effect. So there we go. Which is a good thing. But I grow low, so we must contemplate the next sort of thing which we're talking about. I talk about a lot of subjects. Are you going to do
another eggnog variation?
I'm thinking about it because I actually, when I was looking for what to put into this, I found an eggnog we had done, I believe, 2 years ago, if not 3.
Okay.
Which was a Marty Moose nog.
Okay.
Happen to have the Marty Moose mug, so... Do
you need it?
You know, I'm going to space them out. We're going to do something else, and then I probably will return to the eggnog, because we have it.
What are you thinking of doing? I didn't mean to stump him.
I had a few ideas. let me take a look at the book that I was looking at before and think about whether I want to do that right now.
Think about your next drink.
That sounds like Big Bad Voodoo Daddy. Who actually do some really great Christmas songs. I think they do a great version of Mr. Heat Miser, which is
that them?
pretty stomping. I'm like, wow, you guys should have done that.
No.
And you did! Let's see.
I have no idea where he's going with this.
I gotta find the book I was looking at so I can find
over
what
here.
I was intending to do. Oh, thank you. Found it. Yep.
I could have just let him keep looking around.
Oh,
it would have been
here all night, folks.
It would have been cruel but entertaining. But I didn't.
Hey, folks, I'm going to be here all night. I could show them what we were listening to before all of this. And here we go. This is a fun little volume called Speakeasy. 200 Underground Cocktails, published, I think, a few years ago. Probably 3 or 4 years ago now.
It's always funny to me, these, like, underground cocktails books a few years later. It's like, yeah, not so underground.
Well, not so underground anymore. It's a nice hardbound. It's got some gilt on the cover and everything. And it
has gilt throughout
the book. It's got gilt throughout the book. And, it's got some gilt. There we go. And it's a lot of classics. I mean, they have martinis, etc. A lot of Prohibition era type drinks. And then a lot of other things, which I think they just made up for the book. They have syrup and cordial recipes, which is great to have.
Oh, Fab's saying, just find a tamale masa recipe. There you go.
Oh.
You can fill them with anything. We learned how to make tortillas in Mexico.
We did. We happen to have masa on hand at all times.
We can make our own tortillas.
So we can make tortillas.
I don't know about.
And you can also make some like very hefty tortillas.
I guess we could do
tamales. And arepas. And like a lot of other things that look a hell of a lot like that.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like a really kind of a thick arepa, tortilla, that kind of thing, that starts to resemble something called a Johnny cake. Very, very heavily. And I grew up on that kind of stuff.
Eric says, I spray a hook with a look, a book that you took, and something you shook. He's about to shake, I think.
Cat, hat, and French chapeau.
Yes, Repeal Day is Sunday, Marty.
There you go.
We might have to do something for Repeal Day.
1933.
Just saying. It bears celebration.
It kind of does, doesn't it? The actual date is 5? The 5th?
December 5th.
December 5th.
Yep.
The president at the time, December 5th, 1933, is the date they were living infamy. Well, he was ready with a cocktail shaker to mix you all a martini.
Like he wasn't mixing them before that. Anyway.
I'm not going to say anything at all about his liquor consumption during the 1920s. But at the time, he was ready to, I think his quote was, "What America needs now is a good drink. A good stiff drink." Apparently, the martinis he made, and we have this from a whole special on liquor, were horrendous. And I'm thinking, how do you make a bad martini,
Oh, no.
If it's warm, bad. If you screw up the proportions, not so good. But why would the president of the U.S., a socialite from wealth, make a terrible martini? I'm really wondering about that. We need more information.
We'll never know.
I'm just saying, we'll never know. Man's been dead since 1945. Not going to happen.
We'll never know.
So,
all right, what are you doing here? I've lost the thread.
Okay. I could do this quite easily.
What?
The Pink Lady.
Oh, that's
we were thinking about Repeal Day, and I was thinking about, what's that sort of Repeal cocktail? Recently I made a Bee's Knees, which is a very period cocktail.
Okay.
It's a really nice sour. I think we inspired one of our correspondents to make it on the spot. And you know what? Good idea. It's an excellent little sour with honey. The Pink Lady is one of those things from, I don't know, 1925? Somewhere in that area that is extremely easy to make and fun and good. And I will do so right now. Now, this is going to require some gin and some grenadine and an egg white. I will go procure the egg white.
How much?
Right now.
Egg white?
Egg white.
White now?
Egg white. Give me 2 ounces of gin.
Okay.
And 2 teaspoons of the grenadine and an egg white.
I don't have a teaspoon. Well, I guess I could use a bar spoon. He has to be the problem child. Oh, here, do all of these complicated things. Like, oh, okay. Wait, hold on. Oh! Oh, Mercy says they're going to Miracle with the group on Repeal Day. We're going to Miracle on Tuesday. So, not on Repeal Day. That sounds really fun. But, yeah, now we'll be... Yeah, Jennifer says, yes, you did. Yeah, but we'll be getting there. So, that's the good news. Amy says, I like the white lady. Okay.
Oh, wow.
North Plank Tavern in Newburgh, Marty says, was once a speakeasy and a distiller. They are celebrating on Sunday. Dress period and get a free appetizer. I wonder how much they're sticklers for period detail, because I could dress vintage for you, but I'm not sure I could come up with like vintage 33. Yeah, I gotta catch up on YouTube too. Oh, okay. Fab's talking about the tamales. You can fill them with anything. Exactly. I love that. My gato with a sombrero. Oh, cat in a hat. Yes. I have a tiki idea. Spam and pineapple tamales. That sounds amazing. Or Kahlua pork tamales. Those both sound completely amazing.
I assume we have another shaker.
I wouldn't assume that.
Ah!
Gin, orange liqueur, orange juice, lemon juice. Gin, orange liqueur, lemon juice. I'm with Lisa. That sounds good.
I'm going to find a shaker.
I will. Here.
Okay.
You stay. I will take care.
If you got me the shaker,
But
then I'll
are
take
they
care of the
in
rest of the
there,
story.
or
I do not see them inside the bar right
what
now.
happened to the stuff you put aside?
What stuff?
Shakers.
I don't know. So,
Okay. Oh, here they are. Oh, the nuts.
there are the nuts.
Okay.
I'm glad. It's a good thing, you know? Well, you know, the classics are the classics for a reason. Although a lot of things that you hear of that are circa 1926 or so are horrendous. And they're horrendous because people had terrible booze to work with. Some of it was very artificially contrived stuff. Like get some kind of alcohol, who knows what it is, might make you blind. Put some flavoring into it, call it gin. If it had enough juniper berries, you'd say, oh, it tastes like gin, and away you go. That's why there was a lot of gin being served at the time. That's why there were a lot of drinks from that period, particularly tropicals, that featured gin as a base, because it was around. And you think, a gin-based tropical, what, are you smoking it? No. It's just that they had the stuff. They had pineapple juice, they had lemon juice, they could come up with something called, oh, this is, something sour. And it worked at the time for people. And people at the time were probably interested in getting whatever they could. Were they necessarily thinking of flouting the law? Yeah, maybe. At the time, I probably would have thought this law is kind of stupid, and away we go. Many people did. I think Manhattan had something like 1,200 speakeasies alone. A city like New Orleans, do you think that they stopped drinking? Let's be real, you know? Even in Oklahoma, they had drinking clubs. You had to pay a fee, you joined, and then you just like had something. This was a dry state until 1959. But people still found a way to find a little something. I'm sorry, stumbling here, because I'm trying to improvise while I'm thinking about my next drink.
I'm coming.
Now, what goes into that sort of thing?
I'm coming.
Okay, like the gin and the grenadine. Well, we happen to have the grenadine right here. So, this actual formula calls for homemade grenadine. Well, I happen to have that right here. What goes into that? Pretty easy. Get yourself some pomegranate juice, 1-to-1 with sugar, and just boil it down, and away you go. You can also do that with simple syrup, 1-to-1. It adds a negligible amount of water, really, but it ends up with the same exact results. If you want to have this have better shelf life, throw a shot of vodka in there, and it'll last a long time. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Super. Much appreciated.
Here. All right.
Be careful. So once again, what are we doing? A pink lady. I think this is something that might have been named after a show. Well, Broadway.
Yeah. Here it says, see, think of something else. Find what you're looking for.
Grabbing the gin, which happens to be Bombay Sapphire. Haven't had this in a while, but got a good price on it recently.
What are you doing?
Pink Lady.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 2 ounces of the Bombay.
Uh-huh.
Any good dry gin will do the job. We have some excellent local dry gin, which we use frequently. Prohibition, Warwick. Very, very good stuff. And we recently tried some stuff from Rhode Island, from Rhodium. Very good stuff.
Yeah.
All I have to say about that is, have you had a really terrible micro distillery? No. They're all actually really trying hard. There's good products. You have one locally. Check them out. 2 teaspoons of the Grenadine. Now,
Do you need a teaspoon?
I can... Yeah, sure, I'll measure this. What the heck? I can measure this, but what the heck? No, I can measure this for real. Because I happen to have a bar spoon right here. Same thing. Does the job. We're trying to give this a bit of color and a little bit of sweetness. This is very simple.
Okay.
There we go. Let me check the book again to make sure I'm not missing any ingredients. It seems like this here's
Lisa says, I made lavender cookies, and when I made the icing, I used orange bitters and a pinch of lavender. That sounds great.
Excellent.
Over low heat. And used it in powdered sugar to make the icing. Oh, that sounds amazing.
The other ingredient is an egg white. I just cracked an egg. There you go. If you're concerned about raw eggs, you can find pasteurized eggs. You can also find powdered eggs. They work just great.
Peter says, I'm having some lagage narasa a few days early in honor of Repeal Day. Okay.
Oh, fun idea.
Says I have Christmas tiki mugs. Yay.
Ding. We have a few. They're a good idea, aren't they? Season change.
Harold says, always thought Oklahoma's liquor laws were behind the times, but was a little shocked when I had to pay $1 for a liquor license in Texas back in '97. That's crazy to me. Oh my gosh.
All right.
That's nuts.
2 ounces of gin, 2 teaspoons of Grenadine.
Uh-huh.
They say homemade. Use what Grenadine you have, and an egg white.
Okay.
Give it a shake. And like with a lot of things that involve creamy things or eggy things, shake it hard for a long time. This is a pretty good abdominizer.
Uh-huh. Okay. That's a lot of shaking. I'm just saying.
Notice how frosty this got? I'm literally icing up the shaker.
Oh, yeah. Chickpea. Yeah, aquafaba.
Yes.
Yep, you can use aquafaba.
When we were at Rhodium Distillers in Pawtucket, Rhode Island, they actually use aquafaba in place of egg white because it's easier to use.
Errol ate most of the lavender cookies.
Oh, well, you know.
And
I guess they were good.
Wife makes tiki drinks. There you go.
I guess they were good. Trader Rick would have said, shake the hell out of it.
Yep.
Yeah, he was right. What you're trying to do in this case is seriously emulsify everything. You have to beat those egg whites up until they basically foam up. And shake into a cocktail glass, straight into a cocktail glass. I'll use one of these guys.
They bring a strainer.
I'm looking. No, I got a strainer. I'm just looking for the cocktail glass. Yeah, that looks good.
I haven't had one of these in a while.
A really long
Excited to try it.
This actually has a sidecar attached to it. So
Okay.
I'm going to let that rest, let this rest, and let you give that a whirl.
I will give it a whirl.
Here's the kicker. I used a red glass. Our Pink Lady doesn't look that pink because the homemade Grenadine is not that red.
Good.
If you use the commercial product, it's got some red food color in it, etc.
It's really good.
Definitely gets kind of red, but that's a pink lady. It's got a definite layer of foam happening on top because of the egg white.
A lot of shaking going on, Eric says.
But definitely, as advertised right here and as noted by our recipients, you can also use aquafaba. What the hell is that? Get a can of chickpeas, drain them.
It's chickpea liquid.
Chickpea liquid. You could also boil the chickpeas yourself and get the same result, but just buy a can. Drain that and use that. That will make an excellent egg white substitute in cocktails. It works perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Very easy to use. As noted by the folks at Rhodium, they're like, oh, this is a lot less messy than egg whites. And you can also make meringues out of them, which are indistinguishable from egg white meringues. It's astonishing how good that works. And in that case, they're like totally kosher, etc. You know, and they're also vegan. Like vegan and kosher, how the hell does that intersect? Aquafaba. It's kind of a miracle ingredient. Speaking of the miracle, pop-up bars.
Oh yeah, miracle.
Miracles.
Excited to go. I've only ever been to Sippin' Santa. I've never been to just like a miracle bar.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to go to Miracle.
We have some Sippin' Santa paraphernalia in back of us.
We do.
I see the Santa. I see that bowl over there. That's a Sippin' Santa item, including a couple of stir sticks.
Some week we'll have to do a Santa bowl.
The Santa stir sticks are surfboards.
Yeah, exactly. For our vegan friends, Amy.
Yeah.
Yes.
We all have different tolerances of this, that, and the other. I mean, I find myself able to eat many things, and some things I just don't like.
Wait, hold on. That's the same.
So, hey.
The Christmas tiki mugs we have, Frosty the Snowman, and a tiki mug that holds a present. What?
Hello.
I don't have that one.
You want to send pictures? I'm interested in that. Hello.
Earl says, when you speak of emulsions, it makes me think of customers that mention oil and water don't mix. I remind them they actually do, with disastrous effects on equipment. Oh, man.
You know, oil and watery things don't...
That sounds scary.
Oil and watery things don't mix unless you're making salad. And then you will take oil and vinegar, and away you go. If you shake the hell out of it, it will form a suspension. And that's good for a while until it separates. It's certainly good for the life of your salad. If you put it with
the life of your salad.
If you put it with some heavier ingredients like eggs, it will form a permanent suspension, and you will call that mayonnaise. So at the end of the day, oil and water could mix. You just have to do that properly. When you talk industrial equipment, oil and water do not mix. You are 100% correct.
I don't mean to laugh, but this is just crazy.
No, it's funny stuff. It's great to hear that quote, because I think about the times that I've been advised about restoring old equipment. Like, what you want to do is bake it. What? You want to bake out the moisture that might be inside the transformers. And I think this is insanity, except that it's a pretty good piece of advice and it works. So, apply some heat. Get the moisture out. Because
I'm wondering if I should do
iron and water, not a good mix.
You already did a margarita idea. I don't know if I should do my margarita idea.
Your margarita idea is a really good idea. And I think Mrs. C deserves a spin around the sleigh. Even Santa,
so to speak,
bound up at the North Pole, gets out one day a year. Mrs. Claus,
bound.
She's just there all
Santa's
year round,
bound?
working.
That just sounds wrong.
No. The man gets out. He makes his rounds. But Mrs. Claus, when do you ever hear about her taking a vacay? Maybe she should. You know,
All
Princess
right,
Cruise
all
Lines.
right, all right.
I'm just saying. Maybe Norwegian. That sounds like a pretty cool cruise lines. You know?
I've never taken a cruise. Have you ever been on a summer cruise?
No. Oh. Quel dommage.
Quel dommage. Didn't we meet on a summer cruise? Can anyone If you know that quote.
Identify that quote.
If you know that quote.
You've been watching too many movies.
I'll send you a prize.
Yeah, and good for you.
Have you ever been on a summer cruise?
So, Mrs. Claus, are you adapting something you've already done?
Yes.
But you did that, and you want to keep that.
Yes.
Why are you adapting the one that's already in there? I'm just asking.
Don't question me.
Okay. Then fine.
Don't question me.
Want to make sure that mistakes are not made.
Mistakes will not be made.
This is actually really quite nice. The Pink Lady is a simple sort of thing. I probably should have shook that even longer to form like a real heavy foam layer on top. Like when you do a Ramos Gin Fizz, you're supposed to shake that for minutes and minutes, like 10 minutes. This is craziness when you're holding a container full of ice. Your hand falls off. It's really nutty. And I think that part of that was the guy who invented it wanted some special effects. Well, we do that here. There are a number of special effects drinks. Tequila Sunrise, Aviation, something that actually makes a little something funny happen. The Ramos Gin Fizz will do that because you just shake the hell out of it and then you have this whole layer effect happening at the end of it. And there's the effect that you're waiting for your drink to come for 10 minutes while the kid over there shakes the hell out of it. It's something funny from the 19th century that actually still works. You can't say that about a lot of stuff. But it's a really good drink. It's a common thing around here in the morning if we decide to do a brunch drink on Sunday. Because we're not that fond of Bloody Marys. If you are, power to you. Great drink.
All right. So I'm calling this margarita variation Mrs. Claus Visits Mexico.
Ah,
I pulled out a shaker for myself. So I'm going
Give you some room.
I'm going to start with 2 ounces Reposado tequila.
Well, why is that? Because it's a good place to
Because
start.
that's what margaritas start with. Well, they start with tequila.
Yeah.
And starting with Reposado. This is... Who said it was a big bottle? You are correct. This bottle is heavy.
It's a big, heavy bottle.
Right. I'm using both hands.
But I will say it's easier to pour than the Altos bottle because that's very square and it's hard to get your hands around. I mean, this thing is at least rectangular, so it's possible to actually pour from it. Still, neither has a handle.
First world problem.
Where's the handle?
Yeah.
You know,
okay.
That's the kicker.
Right.
We like both products. Altos Amber.
You gotta catch up.
Altos Reposado and Humidor Reposado.
Electricity and
Really
water
products.
mix less well. Would not recommend NCL.
I will say that electricity and water are not friends, and neither are you. And that's a good idea.
Eric is saying, would anyone want to take a cruise considering all the disasters that have been happening in the past years? Well,
yeah!
I never have. So.
Well, before all of this business, you had the cruise disasters, and they're notable.
Yeah.
You know, we watched Love Boat, and you take a look at that actual ship, and you're like, that's actually pretty small. By comparison to these monstrosities on the seas.
Oh, okay.
Hilarious.
I love this.
Mm.
Okay, so I gotta go back to... Oh.
Where you are.
Marcia, yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know anything about cruises. I've heard that Carnival is the worst, but correct me, because I have never taken a cruise, so...
I am not going to actually comment on any of these
Correct
because we
me
haven't
if
done
I'm
any
wrong.
of them, but we've had some recommendations and some disrecommendations.
Yeah.
You can find that easily via your friends and online and let your taste decide. I'm just going to say that right there.
So that was 2 ounces tequila. I'm going to do a ½ ounce of vanilla liqueur.
We all remember that, like one of the original cruises with the Titanic. Oh boy. You know how that turned out.
What a fun.
Maiden voyage. Woo! Yeah.
Okay, and then 3/4 of an ounce fresh lime juice.
Oh, I'm just...
Everything's all caught up in each other.
Oh, we have a lot of stuff back there right now. We also have a few Christmas trees and decor.
And I'm not done.
And she's not done.
Not done.
We're just going to have to deal with a lot of stuff back there for a while.
And then
we're just going to have to plan very carefully so we can bring you all these fun things.
3 dashes cocoa bitters, but I'm not done.
Wait, it's not there yet.
I got some on the screen. Thank you.
Clumsy.
Wasn't me, it was the bottle.
It was the bottle.
Wasn't me. All right. Ginger, bitters. Oh, they got put away. Okay.
Oh yeah, they're kicking around. The bitters from the Hella set. Hella said it's a lot of fun.
So that was 3 dashes of the cocoa bitters. I'm going to do 2 dashes of the ginger
The ginger bitters.
If I can get the bottle open.
If I can only get the bottle open. Mm-hmm. You got it.
Those weren't 2 real dashes.
Well, sometimes you have to augment it.
Lame dashes.
Yeah. There were some real dashes.
All right.
Yep.
Lame dashes.
Shake with ice and strain into a cocktail glass.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Oh, love what kind of looks like a TARDIS. You look at the pictures, it looks a lot smaller than those contemporary cruise lines.
Oh, because it is.
You see a ton of ads for cruise lines, and they have huge ships, but it's all like upper deck. It's all this like super deck.
Oh yeah.
There, because they put all of these cabins above there with windows so people can see stuff. It's huge. It also makes them kind of top heavy, which is a little bit of a problem when they get into a disaster. I'm just saying.
You should know, if you don't know me well, you should know I'm obsessed with shipwrecks. If it's a cruise ship.
This is early.
Times 10.
Early experience, folks. And her mother is watching so she can comment on these things too.
I'm obsessed with shipwrecks, and if it is a cruise shipwreck, times 10.
Big fun.
I just can't imagine spending a boatload of money on a cruise and then having the ship go down. That's so fascinating to me.
Well, people did that on the actual Titanic and a
I
few
know.
other cruise lines.
I know.
What do you need for a glass?
A glass.
Would you like something that would make it taste 73% better? Well,
I
let's
really
get to
would.
that town. Bye, Ed. I'm so sorry you have to leave, and I understand about dying
That's Errol.
bones.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Night, Errol. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to decorate my glass because Christmas.
Because Christmas. Mmm.
All right.
Oh, yeah. You got one of those little wraps. Hot stuff coming through.
Wow. Okay. I think this will be my last one for the evening.
Sidecar.
Thank you. I keep passing them to him, even though he has nowhere to put them now, because there's a Christmas tree there.
I'm not going to decorate the Christmas tree with discards. But I will put things around. And about.
Mrs. Claus Visits Mexico is really good.
Maybe it's time for Mrs. Claus to take that cruise line.
Mm-hmm.
Because she gets cooped up there in the frozen north.
Oscar the Grouch trash can boat.
Oh, that is really good.
I love that. Oscar the Grouch trash can boat. Well, yeah, kind of. Jennifer says, considering the boat you lived on, while your interest in shipwrecks is understandable. Shut it down. Jennifer just had the quote of the evening. Errol says, if you think a cruise ship is bad, try to cruise on a submarine. I would love to go on a submarine other than Disneyland. I would love to go on a submarine and just to experience it, but not to live. That sounds kind of claustrophobic, actually.
Slightly cramped.
But if you were on one, God bless.
You could always get the experience by watching the film Das Boot, which is about the WW2 U-boats. Slightly claustrophobic.
Yeah.
Slightly
American submarines are
claustrophobic.
fine machines.
Says the man who makes them power. So.
Well, I would love to go on one. I would love to go on one just to have the experience.
I'd like to check it out. You know, it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
The contemporary devices are huge machines, so they will contain people. But of course, they're very narrow.
Other than Disneyland, where you're like 1 foot below the water.
Yeah, you're substantially below the water most of the time. Is such a thing?
I love the what monster from the ocean floor. That was the one that had like the personal
self-powered submarine.
Like, oh, I want that.
You look at that and you're like, who sells that? That was a real device at the time. So you're thinking, why could it not be a device at this period of time?
Amy says, I felt trapped on a harbor cruise. Jennifer says, I toured one when I was about 10, very claustrophobic. Oh.
Well,
Oh man.
It's very contained. It's like watching those shows about tiny houses. You know? Cramped.
Eric says
It's
I wouldn't go on a
economical.
submarine after hearing the Thomas Dolby song, The Submarines.
Mm-hmm. What about
I trust
submarines?
Doug. I trust Doug.
What about submarines?
We'll tour the Nautilus next time you're in Groton. Well, we could be in Groton soonish.
Rather easily, actually.
Sang.
Groton is not that far.
He says the problem is you're stuck on it for 3 months. Yeah, I don't want to be stuck anywhere for 3 months. So I hear that.
This is the kicker. This is the kicker. I believe the Nautilus, didn't that actually tour under the North Pole around 1959? There was this whole journey that was like, that was related in National Geographic and everything.
Oh my gosh, Julie
films.
says, I remember just about hyperventilating watching Das Boot. Wow.
Yeah, it's an extremely claustrophobic film, and of course they're in wartime, so they're being attacked constantly, and they're attacking constantly. And isn't that life in the big city? You know, you get what you pay for.
Attacking constantly.
And
yay, big city.
You know, but it is a pretty effective war picture. That's all I gotta say about that.
We could be in Groton.
Yeah. Oh, hey!
Oh, Brooklyn!
Thank you, Brooklyn.
Oh,
boop, boop, boop.
I'm happy you caught the show too.
Mm-hmm.
Eric says the only submarine I went on is the old submarine that you can go into at the Carnegie Science Center.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been on one other than Disneyland, which is like that far below the water. And not really a submarine. I mean, I'm sorry, but I don't want to ruin anyone's childhood, but it's not really the same thing.
If you don't submerge, you're not in a submarine.
Yeah.
We're just saying. Disney does their Nautilus. Well, today I think isn't it the?
It's like what, Nemo?
The Nemo ride.
Nemo?
It's the Nemo
Yeah.
ride. They had to rebadge it because of the new generation, and they do that so that it's
Kids.
like halfway below the water, so that you get an impression. But ultimately, you're just looking at pictures. That's what it's all about, and it's fun. Done the
Oh
ride.
wait,
No
hold on.
questions.
Okay, hold on. Shannon says, I wouldn't mind taking a cruise on the Seaview, but you would probably run into some rubber monster. Yeah, probably.
And it would have to deal with the Captain David Hedison, you know? Oh, jeez.
Errol says there's a lot of people that don't think about this in sun life. You can feel eyes straining when you get back because you haven't looked at anything very far away for months. I can, yeah.
Very,
I can
very
imagine
close.
that.
Very, very tight.
Yeah.
It's a reason to go. It's a very specific thing.
The Disney sub was not real, truly. But it's the only stuff I've got experience with.
Didn't you do a similar ride?
So not real.
Didn't you do a similar ride in Mexico? I'm just...
Jennifer, there is a Santa. There is a Santa. I'll die for that one. There is a Santa.
I'm not saying anything at all about Santa Claus.
The Disneyland subs were built by General Dynamics electric boat, just like the Seawolf.
Really?
Wow. Okay.
Man.
All right. Well, you're talking to the right guy with Doug here.
Yeah, real boots to begin with. Hot stuff.
Oh, Gettysburg Games is signing up to watch Christmas at Rockefeller Center. Oh, okay. Next time we're in the city, we're going to go by Rockefeller Center and see the tree.
We'll check it out.
Thank you for joining
We will be
us.
masked for being appropriate. We will take pictures so you can see them. And we will enjoy it because I do not know if there will be people on the ice. If it is
Oh, there probably will.
possible.
Oh, well, there's also the ice rink at
They'll do
Bryant
that.
Park, too.
There's also the Bryant Park Ice Rink, which is very cool. And if we could end the night at the Algonquin, we would. I'm not sure
It's
we
closed.
will be able to,
It's still closed.
but they're still closed. So we'll
King Cole
do
Bar.
something else.
King Cole Bar.
Somebody else is doing something
Eric
else.
says they
We'll make
actually
that
have
happen.
overnighters where you can sleep in the submarine. Santa isn't alien people. Yeah, that makes a certain amount of sense.
Orbiting the Earth in like Santa's UFO, is that sort of like the Exists? I don't mean X-Files. I'm kind of thinking about a different cult over there.
Errol
about
also says, when you first take over the sun from the returning crew, it seems cramped. Writing back, it seems roomy. You adjust to it. Okay. Man, I can't even imagine.
It's a question of mind. It's
oh, Doug. Yeah, Doug says I need a cocktail Algonquin like before times. We gotta go to Keen's, Doug.
We remember.
We really need to go to Keen's.
Being
Keen's rocks.
with you at the Algonquin to see a very specific show.
Yes.
Which had very specific Christmas factors to it, although it was not a Christmas show.
Christmas factors.
And I would say I would do that again in a heartbeat, because I would. And I would also take it to Keen's or Old Homestead. Either
Keen's.
classic location
Keen's.
just kills it.
Keen's.
But first Keen's. Wow. That is some kind of special.
The Algonquin closed for renovations, which I get. I mean, if you're going to close for renovations, a pandemic is probably the right time to do it.
Make it happen.
And I don't think they're going to renovate it.
No.
I really don't, because they know their audience.
Let's not be silly.
But I'm thinking, like, for our Christmas outing, we got to go to, like, the King Cole Bar or, I don't know.
Pierre Hotel.
Yeah, Carlisle.
Plaza.
We'll
I
figure it out.
know.
Maybe we could do a tour of old man hotel bars.
There are so many great ones in
There
New York
really
City.
are. We got to report back.
I think there's a ration of them in Chicago. I bet St. Louis has some unbelievable places.
Oh my gosh, there are people making videos. They're touring the country, visiting tiki bars. They're touring the country, visiting dive bars. We could tour the country visiting old man hotel bars.
That's a killer idea.
That's made for us.
It's just made for.
I love this idea.
I kind of love it.
It's done. Carlisle, yes. Yes.
I love it.
I love this idea. Let's do it. Tour the country visiting old man dusty bars that no one under the age of 70 goes into.
There are so many.
There are people.
That's like Triple D, but for bars. I'm just saying.
I love this. Oh, Lisa says the USS Florida that Errol was on was made by General Dam. Oh my gosh, worlds colliding here. Worlds colliding. I'm just saying.
GD makes the nation's submarines, so we're not too surprised.
Worlds colliding here.
If we're talking Groton, well, that's a major center of such things since about 1900.
I love this.
Hello.
Worlds colliding.
I kind of love it. I think it's kind of awesome. Do we need more lime juice?
Let me see. There's a little bit. I don't know if there's a full half ounce, but there's a little bit. You want something else?
Let's see here. Okay. No. Yes.
No. No. Yes.
No. Can't do it.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
Nope. Can't do it.
You already did that, didn't you?
Yeah, not doing that again. Thinking about
Don't think too hard.
We did the classic Prohibition era drink for Repeal Day, because what people were wishing for during Prohibition was get rid of this cockamamie stuff, and eventually it happened. Yeah. And we did a lot of Santa-related drinks because we have a few under our sleeve. We have some excellent things we've done over the years, which I wanted to revisit. They were good. Some nogs. Oh man, these nogs were excellent. You can just actually just pour a pre-made nog over something.
I just want to gather all of you up and do a hotel bar trip.
Mm-hmm. Seriously. There's like so many fantastic places that we could put together, and if you're thinking I'm game, it would be awesome to see you all on a tour. And just visit, experience, enjoy.
Like if it's a sad, neglected old man bar, we'll go there.
You know,
we'll unneglect it.
For your birthday last year, which happens very early in the year. So she just
2 years ago
narrowly averted
2 years ago
all of this stuff.
2 years ago.
It was 2020.
Your Right. It was right before the lockdown.
We visited Francis Tavern, which has been there since
right.
1756. I don't know.
It was
something
right
like
before
that.
the lockdown.
Lower Manhattan. You're right there in New Amsterdam. And wow, they had great drinks and great food.
Bus trip. Amy, I'm still counting on you for Glendora's bus trip. We have not forgotten.
Thinking about it.
Have too many things on our
Making
plate.
it happen. Making it happen. Trying to make it happen.
Glendora's wine tour has to happen before the old man bar tour. Oh, poor Jervis VLK tour weekend plans have been discussed. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love
Port
it.
Jervis has
I
at
love
least,
that. I love that you guys actually care.
Port Jervis has at least one great place to drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Probably more.
Well, there's the place we Faucher, the one we went to in Milford.
That's Milford. Yep.
There are some good places to go around here
There
too.
are regional places which are very
Hotel
cool.
Faucher.
I gotta say.
Yeah. Okay.
A lot of history.
I love that you guys actually care. I have no idea what's going on here.
No, I'm trying to figure out what I was going to make. And I'm kind of spacing on it.
You have an idea? Are you close?
I'm close.
I think we could fake that action, as you would
We
say.
could probably fake
All right.
that action without
What do you
much
want to make?
responsibility. I would say we probably want to get into a large glass and fill it.
Get into a large glass.
We recently found... Oh, we didn't recently find. Charlie wrong. We recently found these guys. Double old fashions with the holly leaves. These were made by, I don't know, because they didn't mark the glass, so I can't tell you. If it said F, it would be Federal Glass.
Some organization that made a lot of glasses.
If you think I'm a little irritated by companies that don't give me marks, you're right.
All right, so what are we making here?
I don't know yet. But fill that glass.
Right.
With
I
ice.
don't know yet. All right, got it.
W-K-R.
I don't know yet. All right.
Let's start with however much lime juice I have, which is half an ounce.
Perfect. Okay.
And we're going to move.
What are we doing here?
Into, at your feet, you have some pear liquor.
Spiced pear liquor.
Hello. St. George Spirits
What are we doing?
made a really great product. This is very spicy, very Christmassy. Half an ounce of that.
Okay.
And it has pear as a base. That's a fun thing.
Sounds positively healthy.
Yeah. Oh, a few things have apple as a base, which is a good idea. Some have cran, which is fun.
Okay.
A lot of color gets added there. So far, we're working a sour. I'm thinking what needs to go in here in terms of base liquor.
You've got the pear. You've got the lime.
Yeah.
I'm feeling a whiskey.
A whiskey would work
Or
just
rum.
right.
A dark rum.
Perhaps. Both. How about ounce of bourbon?
Oh my gosh. Texas Long Island Winery Bus Tour. Oh! I love this discussion that's happening about the bus tour.
Please, discuss. Make
love
it happen because
Okay.
I have a lot going on.
Oh, Shannon says there's a YouTube channel called Defunct Land, which did a documentary on the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea ride. Oh my gosh! Oh, wow. Okay, I'm going to look for that. Okay.
We've taken that ride and
I'm
we've
gonna
taken
look
the
for
Nemo
that. Yep,
ride, so
yep.
we know both.
Yep. I'm looking for that.
We have friends who are extremely upset that Disney World has done away with the Mr. Toad's Wild Ride.
Well, yeah.
Oh!
Mr. Toad rocks. So
That's so cool. You can
Yeah.
still do it at Disneyland,
Well, you could anyway last time we were there.
Anybody who is like complaining that you can't do it on the East Coast. I don't want to say that you still
can, but you could when we were
I hear ya. It's a drag.
Okay, so far I've got half-ounce spice pear, half-ounce fresh lime juice. What else?
1 ounce bourbon.
Bourbon. Wait.
What? No, bourbon.
That was rum.
It was definitely half ounce of bourbon. Yep. No, ounce of bourbon. Ounce of bourbon, ounce of the dark rum.
And an ounce of bourbon?
Yeah. Ounce of bourbon, ounce of rum.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, I saw you pouring dark rum.
You did? It's true.
Okay, so we got an ounce of bourbon, an ounce of dark rum, half-ounce spiced pear liqueur, half-ounce fresh lime juice.
That's pretty damn good so far. I want to go further. Let's go to the next step. One step beyond. Shall we?
Why not?
In the immortal words of Jet Sterling, one step beyond. We can actually make that happen. I know cranberry
Mr. Toad, I know. Jennifer is so weird.
Yeah. On the West Coast?
Last time we were at Disneyland, there were still Mr. Toads, so.
Yeah. Land, no problem. World, they had a problem with that.
Nutnog.
Wow.
Candace saying nutnog.
Nutnog.
Hi, Lisa. Good to see you.
Hello.
Nutnog?
I could use some cranberry bitters.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I like the nutnog idea.
Oh, well, you might action that.
I might action that next week. I'm just saying.
You might do that.
I gotta wake up in the morning.
2 dashes of cranberry bitters. This is accenting all of those spicy things that are going on.
Okay.
I'm going to incorporate that and try it and see if I need something else. You know what, the Mai Kai, they would call that a drink. Maybe we're done. Maybe I need something else.
The only thing I would do is a tiny bit more citrus.
How about orange?
Oh yeah, because we're out of the lime juice. All right. You could always just squeeze a little more lime into it.
Half ounce orange.
All right, let's do it.
I'm not killing it. I'm just giving it a little oomph.
I'm just saying that it was just a little sweet for me, but
I think that's it.
let's see.
Yeah. I think that's good.
That's very good.
Yeah. That improved things, smooth things out. I like
Your
it.
local craft cocktail bar could charge a lot of money for that.
You know something?
Oh,
yes.
Jennifer says Disney World is lame. I haven't been since I was like 4, but I can see it. I can see it.
And by the way,
Ow! Lisa says Johnny Walker Red and maraschino cherries with simple syrup. Oh, that does sound kind of good, actually.
Isn't that kind of fun?
Oh, hope your holiday was a magnificent mess. Kind of was. So, thank you for saying that. What do you need?
I was just looking for any glasses.
No, we packed them away for the season.
Okay. Well, we did not pack away for the season. In case anybody is interested in supporting the show, it is fully the Christmas season.
That's right. What is this Disney World abomination of which you speak, Doug is saying? There is only Anaheim, plus Seaweed San Diego and Marine Land of the Pacific. Oh my gosh. I remember Marine Land so much. I loved Marine Land. I try to explain Marineland to Paul.
I might have seen similar. I mean, I saw similar on the East Coast.
Well, you've seen it in videos, but
yeah, there was similar. I was actually there with my my parent and my sister.
What was similar?
Circa 1978, I guess.
But what was similar to Marineland?
Well, I've seen pictures and video of Marineland, and they had aquatic animals actually doing tricks, that kind of stuff.
Well, and that was like SeaWorld, though.
Well, what was Marineland?
Marineland was, I mean, I guess SeaWorld was too, but like, I don't know, Marineland, there was just, Marineland seemed a little more, had more soul. I don't know what else to say. Marineland had more soul than SeaWorld. SeaWorld was more of like an amusement park to me.
Maybe there's a
Marineland was just more of like, there was like the breakwater and yeah, I don't know. Jennifer says I've never been to Lake World. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I just feel like Marine World was very, I mean, probably because of where I lived, but it just seemed very immediate to me. SeaWorld was more, it was bigger. It was like more of a big deal. And Marineland was kind of, we went there more often. And I remember buying like a shark's tooth necklace at Marineland. That was a very big deal to me.
That's a very big thing. Yeah, somebody actually hunted the shark.
But I just remember seeing, Japanese, oh my gosh, Japanese Deer Park and Knott's Berry Farm. Oh my gosh. Is Knott's Berry Farm still there?
As far as I can tell, yes.
Yes, would always go to Knott's Berry Farm. But I remember Japanese Village. Does anyone remember Japanese Village?
It sounds a little non-PC today, but at the day...
My biggest memory of Japanese Village was shopping. I remember buying the rice candy where you could like actually eat the paper that was wrapped around it because it was rice paper.
Yeah. I remember that kind of stuff too.
Yeah, no, that was kind of my biggest memory of that whole thing.
Well, in this season, of course, people have...
Okay, Jennifer says Knott's is still there. Woo! Okay. I looked up Old World recently because I'm like, is that still there? Because, I don't know, what were we talking about, like waffles or something?
Yep.
I think we were talking about waffles, and I was like, oh, these gigantic waffles you could get. And I was like, Old World, that cannot still be there. And I looked it up, and it was still there.
Still
that was crazy.
It is nice.
Yeah.
If you're interested to support this show, we have certain products available at all times. And 'tis the season.
Aw.
For...
I think he's signing us off.
No, I'm trying to sell some product. 'Tis the season for our Christmas record, which you need if you don't have it. There we have. It's martini time with us.
Don't forget side 2.
What's on the flip side? She's so incensed to be on the flip side. A box of wine for Christmas from Glendora.
Wait, Danielle says, growing up all the time, and hi Danielle, by the way. Growing up, we went to Florida all the time. Disney World, SeaWorld, Gatorland, and Silver Springs. I love that. I never had like a Gatorland or Silver Springs experience, so.
You have gators.
I love that.
You lived in the desert.
Well, yeah, no, we didn't have gators, but I'm just saying that, like, we never went to a place like that.
If you live in the tropics, you get gators.
Area Woman is just saying.
Anyway, so look, we have 2 great singles here. Well, we have 1 great single. 2 sides, fantastic stuff. Color, it's a hard sleeve. It is, in fact, you've seen this by now, pink vinyl. Because that's fun. It is
indeed. It is indeed.
And you get a download code. You don't have to own a turntable. This is available to you for $14 postpaid. If you're interested, contact our website. And we can actually get you a copy very easily. Okay. Let us know. Glad to ship them out. If you do not have this by now, and anybody who has this, I'm so thankful that you have ordered one.
Duck.
So these things can happen.
Oh, Wine Country Safari. Oh my god.
Big fun. So
All
that's
right.
my plug for
All
the
right.
evening. We have a single for sale, which you can play on your
All right.
turntable.
I suppose it's time to
It's about that time.
log off. Yes, it is pink, Lisa. Oh.
Oh, it is
Thank
pink.
you. All right.
Yeah, seriously.
All right.
Once again,
I gotta shut this down.
pink vinyl. Yes.
Pink vinyl.
You can get pink vinyl if you ask for it. I don't think ours is especially clear because of the nature of record pressing, but it is good. And it's fun. And it plays really well. Oh, people love this record. We just heard this about 4 days ago. Marty played this for us.
He did. He played it at Rock Fantasy.
Yeah. So look, if you don't have this by now, let us know. We'll get you we can sell you a copy.
We can make this work.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, all right, I think it's time.
It's about that time.
It's time to shut this down. We'll be back next
fantastic
Wednesday
drinks.
at 18 Eastern.
Ping, of course.
Glendora will be here tomorrow-ish. Glendora has a new video she wants to share with you.
Oh, she has some issues.
And we will be doing some Christmas recipe videos this season.
Content will happen.
We have not forgotten.
Just saying.
Crazy time, but yeah, no, I have a couple in mind already. So, anyway, as always, we will
see you soon.